All right, welcome in everyone to our deep dive. And today, get this, we're all about unlocking that potential. You know, the kind we all have just simmering under the surface.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
We're diving into Elevate, Unlocking Your Inner Brilliance.
I've heard of that.
It's a brand new self-help book by J.R. Gray. And let me tell you, everyone's been buzzing about this one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We've got excerpts from the book's Amazon page, even got both the English and Russian versions.
Wow.
And we've got a summary and even a whole FAQ. So we're going deep on this one.
That sounds like a lot to unpack.
It is, but we'll figure out what this whole elephant thing is really all about. And most importantly, you know, can it actually help us, you and me, make some positive changes in our lives?
I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Right. Unlocking your inner brilliance.
It's a bold statement.
Yeah, it is. It's a big promise. But you know what I'm liking, what I'm seeing so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gray isn't just throwing out, feel-good vibes here. He's actually got a whole step-by-step system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's almost like a manual for personal growth.
I think that's what we all want.
I think so.
We all want that roadmap.
Exactly. Too many books in this genre just sort of stop at the feel-good stuff, but they don't tell you what to do.
Yeah, how to apply it.
Right. This Elevate, it seems to go a lot deeper. It even uses real-life examples.
I like that, to back up the claims.
Right. So, okay, let's get into the good stuff.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What does this book actually offer? Well, it focuses in on 4 specific areas.
Okay.
Which I think is smart. And the first one up is developing self-mastery.
Self-mastery, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. It's that classic self-help idea, know that self.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, understand your strengths and what you can actually control.
It makes me think of the serenity prayer.
Yeah.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
Right, but it's not just about figuring yourself out.
Right.
It's about using that knowledge, what you've figured out about yourself, to deal with life's challenges more effectively.
Yeah, and that actually leads perfectly into the next area the book talks about.
Okay.
Overcoming self-doubt.
Oh, that's a big one.
Now, if this Elevate can deliver on even half of its promises on this one, that alone is going to be so valuable.
Tell me about it.
To so many people.
Self-doubt could just crush your dreams, can it?
It can.
Yeah, and the book, it talks about cultivating that positive mindset, which, yeah, we've all heard
But we've all heard that.
But Gray, he seems to offer some very specific techniques for reframing those negative thoughts that we all have.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how those techniques compare to, traditional therapy techniques.
Oh, good point.
Like cognitive behavioral therapy.
We'll have to dig into that. Yeah, next up,
okay.
Breaking through mental blocks. This one I find really interesting.
Ooh.
It's about identifying those limitations that you've probably put on yourself.
Yeah, we're all guilty of that.
I know I am. And then it's about systematically breaking them down.
Oh, I like that.
It's almost like a mental decluttering.
Yeah, spring cleaning for your mind.
We accumulate so much baggage over time.
Baggage.
Yeah, beliefs that hold us back, fears that prevent us from taking risks.
Fear's a powerful thing.
And if Elevate can actually give readers a way to, challenge those roadblocks, that's huge.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. And finally, we have harnessing creativity and innovation.
That's a good one.
You might think that's just for artists or entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But the book argues that everyone has this creative potential just waiting to be tapped.
Everyone.
Yeah, it even mentions like J.K. Remmeling and Steve Jobs.
Oh, wow, okay.
People who took their ideas and made a real impact on the world.
And they're super successful, too.
Huge, right? Okay, but what makes this book stand out from all the other ones?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, it rejects that cookie-cutter approach so many self-help books have. That there's just this one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, it says focus on your individual strengths and passions.
Your own unique path.
Yeah, I like that personalized approach.
Yeah, me too.
It's about helping you define what success means to you.
Not someone else.
Not some guru on a mountaintop.
Exactly.
And to add to the realness of it all,
yeah,
the book has all these stories of regular people who have faced adversity.
Like us.
Right? And come out on top.
I love those kinds of stories.
I do too. It's very motivating.
It gives you hope.
It does. So, who's the brains behind all this? The author, J.R. Gray.
Okay.
He's described as an entrepreneur and a writer.
Interesting.
He's got a background in leadership, business, and personal development. So
well-rounded.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Interesting blend of business and personal development.
Yeah, it makes me think that there's going to be a practical, results-oriented approach.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people are looking for.
For sure.
So let's take a peek at what people are saying about this book.
Okay, the reviews.
Yeah, these Amazon excerpts we have, packed with positive reviews.
Really?
Inspiring, thought-provoking, and practical. I mean, that word keeps popping up.
Practical, that's a good sign.
I think so, too. They want real strategies.
Yeah, not just feel-good stuff.
Right, and there you have it. We've covered the basics.
Okay.
What Elevate is about, who wrote it, and you know what the early buzz is.
Yeah.
Now let's get down to the real nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What specific strategies does it offer, and how can you actually use them to unlock that inner brilliance?
I'm ready to delve deeper.
Me too. Let's start with self-mastery.
Okay.
That foundation of personal growth that this book seems to really emphasize. What exactly does Gray propose?
I'm ready to hear it. Well, it looks like Elevate breaks this whole idea of self-mastery down into a few things: understanding your strengths,
Okay.
accepting what you can't control,
Yeah.
and then embracing who you are at your core, really who you are.
It's a pretty holistic approach,
Yeah, I'd say so.
but what I find really interesting, it doesn't just tell you to know yourself.
Right.
It gives you a way to actually do it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's this one technique that really stood out to me,
Okay, what is it?
the Strength Spotter.
The strength spotter. What is that?
Yeah, it's essentially a journaling exercise
Oh.
where you're supposed to record moments when you felt really energized, like in your element.
Okay.
And then by looking at those patterns, you start to see your strengths in a new light.
Oh, I like that.
It's not about, the skills you put on your resume.
Right.
It's about, when you felt truly engaged and excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of a refreshing take on identifying your strengths, I think.
It is, yeah. It moves away from those traditional ways we define our abilities,
Right.
and it gets to what really motivates us, what makes us tick.
Yeah, and once you have a clear picture of your strengths, the book then guides you on how to use them
Oh,
to
okay.
deal with challenges and achieve your goals.
So it's about action.
Yeah, not just sitting around thinking about yourself.
Right, and that leads perfectly into that next area we talked about.
Overcoming self-doubt.
Yes, overcoming self-doubt. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
The book dives into some fascinating techniques based on cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT.
Okay, break that down for me.
So CBT is a type of therapy that focuses on how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all connected.
Okay, I'm following.
It helps us figure out and challenge negative thought patterns that contribute to anxiety and self-doubt.
So how does that play out in the book?
Well, one technique Gray talks about is called thought challenging.
Thought challenging?
Yeah, you're basically encouraged to question those negative thoughts that pop up.
Okay,
He gives you a list of questions to ask yourself.
like what?
Like, what evidence do you have to support this thought?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or what's a more balanced way of looking at this situation?
Oh, I see.
It's like you're having a conversation with your own inner critic.
Right, you're putting those negative thoughts on trial
Ex-
and exposing them for what they really are.
And by doing this consistently, you can actually rewire your brain
Wow.
to think more positively and realistically.
That's incredible.
It is, and that shift in mindset can be huge when it comes to tackling those mental blocks we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, the mental blocks, I'm really curious how the book addresses this.
Me too, because let's be real, we all have those invisible barriers holding us back.
Oh, we do?
Elevate tackles this head on. It gives you a step-by-step process for identifying, dismantling, and ultimately breaking through these blocks.
Okay, like what? What kind of steps?
Well, there's this one technique called the fear flip.
The fear flip.
Yeah, it's all about reframing fear.
Okay.
Turning it into something that actually motivates you.
Instead of avoiding it.
Exactly. Instead of seeing fear as something bad, you embrace it as a sign that you're on the right track.
Oh, wow.
That you're pushing your boundaries.
So you're basically flipping the script on how we see fear.
Yeah.
Seeing it as an opportunity instead of a threat.
It's kind of a radical idea.
It is. It is.
But I think it could be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it could be really empowering. So how do you actually do that?
Well, the book gives you some strategies, like it encourages you to visualize yourself overcoming your fear.
Oh,
That can help build confidence.
it's like mental rehearsal for facing your fear.
Exactly.
I like it. And speaking of stepping outside our comfort zones, let's move on to that final area,
Yeah.
harnessing creativity and innovation.
Ooh, this is where Elevate seems to really stand out.
Yeah, it really
It
does.
pushes you to explore your creative potential.
No matter what you do.
Yeah, regardless of your background.
It's not just for artists,
No, exactly.
and it makes it accessible for everyone.
I like that.
Yeah, it argues that creativity is a skill you can learn and develop,
Just like anything else.
just like anything else. And it also emphasizes the importance of embracing failure.
Oh, that's so important.
As part of the creative process, there's a quote from the book that I love. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and iterate.
Ooh, I like that.
It's about changing how we think about failure,
Yeah, yeah.
seeing it as a step towards success.
That's a great way to look at it.
And it gives you practical tips for boosting your creative thinking,
Like what?
like brainstorming techniques, problem-solving exercises, even tips for overcoming creative blocks.
So it's really comprehensive.
It is. It's a reminder that creativity isn't some magical gift
Right.
that only some people have.
Yeah. We all have that potential.
We can all strengthen it with practice.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've explored those 4 key areas. Elevate focuses on
Right.
self-mastery,
Uh-huh.
overcoming self-doubt,
Right.
breaking through mental blocks,
Yes.
and harnessing creativity.
But it's one thing to understand all of this, right?
Right.
It's another thing to actually apply it to our lives.
Exactly.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty
Okay,
of
yeah.
Elevate, those real-world strategies.
Yeah.
Those exercises.
The how-to.
Exactly, the how-to. How can you actually unlock that inner brilliance?
I am ready to hear it.
One thing that really stood out to me, Elevate doesn't just, throw a bunch of random exercises at you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a structured step-by-step system, like a roadmap.
I like that structure.
Yeah.
That's what's often missing
Yeah, I think so.
in self-help books.
Right, you're overwhelmed.
You don't know where to start.
Right, and so having that clear path can make all the difference.
For sure.
So, for example, one of the first things it tells you to do is create a personal growth vision board.
A vision board. Okay.
I know it sounds a little cheesy,
A little bit.
but it's actually a really powerful visualization tool.
Visualization is huge.
It is. It's a big deal in psychology.
Yeah.
It's all about creating that mental picture
Yeah, of what you want.
of what you want, that desired outcome, and it can help you stay motivated.
Absolutely.
So instead of just, wishing for things to be better,
Right.
you're actually creating a tangible thing. It's a representation of your goals, your aspirations.
You're bringing it to life.
Yeah, those dreams become a little bit more real, more attainable.
And the book doesn't just say, make a vision board.
Right.
It tells you how to do it.
It walks you through it.
Step by step.
Yeah, it's very action-oriented.
Which I like.
I do too. And that practicality is everywhere in this book.
Okay.
When it talks about goal setting,
Right.
it goes way beyond, that typical SMART goals framework.
Oh, yeah, we've all heard of SMART goals.
We have. It encourages you to dig a lot deeper, connect your goals to your values, your purpose in life.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Because without that connection,
It's just going through the motions.
yeah, it can feel pointless.
And speaking of motivation,
Okay.
the book offers some great tips for staying on track, even when things get tough.
We all need that.
We do. And one strategy I really liked is the success journal.
The success journal.
Yeah, have you heard of this?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's all about celebrating your wins, no matter how small.
Ooh, I like that.
It's so easy to focus on what we haven't done yet.
Yeah, that's our default.
But this technique says, you know what? Stop. Think about what you have accomplished.
Appreciate how far you've come.
Exactly. Cultivate that gratitude.
Yeah.
And it can make the whole journey feel less daunting.
And more rewarding.
Right? And here's another thing I love about Elevate.
Okay.
It emphasizes that personal growth isn't a solo thing.
Oh, that's so true.
You need a support system.
Your people.
Your people. Yeah. The people who will cheer you on, hold you accountable.
Be there for you.
Yeah. And encourage you when you need it most.
Yeah, we're social creatures.
We are.
Right.
And it's not just about getting support.
Right.
It's also about giving back,
Oh.
using your new knowledge, your new skills to make a positive impact.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, on the world around you.
That's a beautiful message.
It is. It reminds us that this whole personal growth thing, it's not just about you.
It's about making a difference.
Exactly. So there you have it. We've explored the practical side of Elevate.
We went deep.
We did. We went deep. We looked at all those techniques, those strategies.
That can help unlock that brilliance inside.
I'm feeling pretty inspired.
Me too.
If you're feeling the same way,
Yeah.
and you want to start your own journey,
Of self-discovery.
this book might just be the perfect companion.
I think so too.
It's a great reminder that we all have that potential for greatness.
Yeah.
And with the right tools and a little guidance, we can do anything we set our minds to.
Absolutely.
So true. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're off to put some of these techniques into practice.
Let's do it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining bright.